What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. And for the new viewers out here that are watching this channel for the very first time, my name is Logan. And for the return subscribers out here that are reaching out to this channel, once again, I highly appreciate it. And today I got you guys an exciting video that I thought you guys can all learn something out of. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some things that I learned on this engine bay on this 2014 Mustang. If you guys don't know already, I have a 2014 Mustang that's a 3.7 liter. But one thing that I did find exciting about what I'm about to tell you guys is the way that you could tuck the wires inside your engine bay. And that's one thing I couldn't really find on the forums. I think I finally discovered a little bit of itsy bitsy ways to make it to where your engine bay looks that much better. So enough of this talking, let's get right into this video. Please don't hose me in the comment section for having a dirty engine bay, because I get it. This thing looks gross and it's absolutely disgusting. And so one thing I wanted to quickly note is that I realized before I even took this video that I actually did the work before showing you guys what you guys are about to see. So if I have a picture, I'm going to definitely pop it up on the screen so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And so what I'm going to be showing you guys is obviously this engine bay, but if you already recognize already, if you really know something about these 3.7 liter Mustangs, is that the engine bay is pretty roomy. I'm not even gonna lie. You got a lot of room over here, you got a lot of room over here, and just a whole bunch of different areas compared to where if you had the V8 model, for example, then the whole thing is completely filled in here and there's not a lot of room to work with. But we're not talking about the V8s here. We're gonna be talking about the 3.7 liter on this vehicle. If you like cars and you like a clean engine bay, you like to tuck wires as much as you possibly can without having to alter too much of the wires if you're really worried about that. And one thing I found is that since that all these holes were here to hold up the harness, the clip, and all this ran down under here, and it just was completely just filled here. And I didn't really like that too much. And so one thing I had found, and I was thinking about it, I was just staring at the engine bay and I'm just like, you know what I could do? What if I just hide it under the fuse box? And that's exactly what I did. I understand that a lot of people get scared when it comes to electrical things on their car, and completely understand. I was just like that as well. And so what I ended up finding out is that it's really not that bad. Just put everything exactly the way you found it and you'll be good to go. Honestly, for the average person out here that's just trying to clean up their engine bay without having to cut any wires or having to do anything like that, then this is definitely the route that you guys are going to definitely want to listen to and watch. But there is a little bit of cutting to do, but it has nothing to do with the wires. Trust me, if you guys are scared about cutting wires, I repeat, I am not cutting any wires at all. I'm not going to show you guys the process of taking everything out all over again because that'd be a complete waste of time, but I'm going to show you guys exactly where I put this stuff. But if you want to put in a lot of work, then obviously this will help, but it's really not going to be that too big of a difference. So from factory, the wiring harness ran all the way to the shock tower to where these holes were, and these holes were where that held the clips together just so it could hug against the shock tower. It ran all the way down over here and then under this plastic piece just so it's easier to access if you're needing to work on it for any reason. So in my case, I don't really touch that stuff ever, and I just wanted to hide it a little bit, and I think you guys all would too. So the way I did this is I took off this 10mm screw as well as this one right here that's covered by this plastic piece to hold this cover, and all it does is pop off. That's another 10mm screw as well. You're going to want to get a deep socket for that as well, because obviously you can see the screw pops out a lot and you're probably not going to be able to get a smaller socket in there. So you want to make sure you get a deep socket. And from here, this whole piece will be able to lift up. Don't worry, you're not going to be screwing with anything. Nothing's going to rip apart. Trust me, I was worried as you were when I was doing this, but I had the confidence to do it and I'm glad I did it. And so by doing so, I ended up picking up the fuse box, lifting it up, and I actually tucked all the wires under it so you don't completely see it at all. And from all angles, you can't even tell that there's a wiring harness there, other than this is the clip that was originally hung up right there. And you can also see it from this side as well, but it's really out of the way and not too noticeable. This red wire is just for something I have already hooked up, so don't worry if you don't see that red wire on your car. But as you can see, the plug is right there and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, and you don't see it at all. And so that's one wire that's under the fuse box, and there's also another one that runs across here as well. And I did the exact same thing just by tucking it under the fuse box. And one thing that you'll realize is it gets caught up on this wire. And you're actually going to have to unplug this plug right here, this top one. All you're doing is just pulling this back, and then the whole thing comes out. And make sure that when you put this thing back in, that you push this clip all the way forward and you tug on it just to make sure that it doesn't come out, because you don't want anything screwing up while you're driving or even just being able to start your car. I don't even know exactly what that plug does, but I can just tell you guys right now that I unplugged it and I plugged it right back in and nothing got screwed up on the car, and no radio channels were changed or anything like that, or tuned. So don't even worry about that, because I have a tune on the car already as it is and I didn't have anything get changed. So don't worry about any of that. And so by doing so, as you can see, I was able to tuck all the wires under the fuse box and out of sight, out of mind. And I actually ended up putting electrical tape on the spots that I had to cut and move out of the way so the wires weren't too exposed. And one thing you will have to do so you could be able to stretch this wire and put it under the fuse box, you're actually gonna have to cut the plastic that's on the side of this tubing. And it looks exactly like this. And all you're doing is you're gonna get some snips and you're just gonna cut down the plastic on the side. And by doing so, you're able to stretch out those wires to where you can actually extend it, because the original plastic goes so high up to where you can't even bend the wires at all. So by doing so, by cutting it, you give yourself some extra room to where you can actually tuck it under the fuse box. You could also put electrical tape on here to cover up those exposed wires if you're too worried about exposing them. And that's exactly what I did here to also give it a little bit of a cleaner effect. And honestly, I have realized no difference in this at all, other than the fact that I think it looks really good and it cleans up the engine bay very well. And I think this would look even better if you were able to tuck the battery into the trunk, but I don't know how to do that, and nor do I want to try it. So as of right now, this is the cleanest way I figure out how to clean the engine bay. And I feel like this is definitely something you guys can learn off of as well. This is just a way that you can be able to clean up your engine bay without having to cut wires, do all that other crap. Because I know a lot of people out here in the car scene like to have a clean engine bay, and it's kind of hard to do that when you have all this plastic, all these wires everywhere, and you're really scared to just cut into wires and do all that. Trust me, I get it. I used to be that person, and you know, you just kind of have to grow a pair and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try it. Worst case scenario, I fix it. Just make sure you have the parts to do it. And honestly, I feel like this looks really good. I don't know if you guys can agree with me. If you guys like it, please leave a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if there's anything that you guys have done on your 3.7 liter Mustang, 3.5 on maybe an F-150, which is not over there. I don't know why I'm pointing that way, but if there's anything on there, your guys' car that you guys have done that you haven't seen, that you guys have done like a wire tuck on, or just something that's informational, please let me know. I would love to try it, experience it, and if I like it, maybe I'll even post about it and I'll give you guys a shout out. But again, thank you guys all for watching today's video. I understand that this was a quick little short video, but I feel like this is definitely something you guys could learn out of. I understand it's not the most informal video by any means, but I definitely feel like it's something you guys could definitely learn off of and be like, hey shit, I want to try that to clean up my engine bay. I know there's not a lot of stuff you could really do within the engine bay on this car other than bolt-ons, and if you want to go crazy, you could do turbos or anything like that. But if you just want to have something that's your daily driver, clean, and just cruise around, just have fun with without having to spend literally any money at all, unless you don't have snips, and you're gonna have to go out and buy snips and electrical tape. But other than that, I mean, like, if you just want to have fun and clean up your car and make it look much more presentable than what it already is, and this is definitely a mod that, you even really want to call it a mod? Not really a mod. If it's something that you really want to try and make yourself look somewhat decent, then go right ahead and try. And if you don't like it, then shit, leave a thumbs down on this video. I really don't care. But on the other hand, if you do like it, please leave a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section down below, because it really tells me what you guys like and don't like. And if you guys have any recommendations on any wire tucks within the 3.7 liter engine bay, please let me know. I would love to try it, experience it. I'm not trying to go too into depth with it because I really don't have a second car to drive around in, but I definitely like to learn and try new things, because that's definitely what I love doing with this car. And I would love to clean it up that much more, because I love this thing. This thing is like literally my baby, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of it, but you never know. Just kidding. I'm not getting rid of it. Anywho, I have more content coming out here soon in the future, and I feel like you guys will enjoy these videos, and it's definitely content you do not want to miss. I'm trying my best to stay up to date with the content and keep it up for you guys, because I really enjoy making videos. It's just these videos take a long time and they're very time consuming. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, please like it up down below. If you guys have any questions about anything or any recommendations on how to wire tuck your car, or any ideas that I haven't mentioned down below, or just something that you just want to share to everyone, please leave it in the comment section. Please subscribe down below to this channel if you guys want to see more content. Thank you guys all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.